Remember how, like, I went to that deal book thing, and like at that and they did that. They did portraits. They did portraits afterwards. Oh. Look how angry I look. Look how angry I look. I look like I'm ready to do all the murders.
Hello, everyone. It's the JVL here with my best friend, Sarah Longwell. And Sarah, we've made it through another week. It's Friday. Gotta get down. It's Friday. Here's what I've been thinking about. We need the people who are the leaders within the federal bureaucracy to stop resigning.
Yeah, don't resign. Sorry, keep going. Yes.
And so that's literally the headline on today's Triad is, please don't resign.
Yes.
If you are Christopher Wray or the guy who is the top career guy in the Treasury or the administrator of the FAA, and Elon Musk has come to you and told you that you have to resign or be fired by Monday, well, I am sorry, but Elon Musk has zero fuck all authority to fire you or force you out. He has no power. Now, he has a lot of other powers, but don't give him more. Make him go to somebody else in the government who does have that authority and make them uncomfortable by forcing them to put themselves on the line because they are now doing something that is perhaps legally dubious and maybe opens them up to legal retaliation. Make him go to them and make them do the thing and then make them fire you. And then salt the earth on your way out, right? What is striking to me, and this is anecdote, but if I know a lot of federal workers. I know you do as well, just because of the, geography. And we have a bunch of people who work for the federal government who are correspondents of mine and subscribers and members of Bulwark Plus who I have talked with. And again, this is just anecdotally, but the people who are actually on the line on this seem absolutely motivated and dug in and like, fuck no, I'm not going to give these people what they want. If they want me out of here, they're going to have to carry me out of here. And the extent to which the leaders are slinking away while the actual grunts, the actual troops on the front lines here of this purge are not, is striking to me. And I want better of our leaders in the bureaucratic process. And so we have a new edict that came out last night about executive EAD leadership at the FBI, where they've been told to resign by Monday or be fired or demoted. Don't resign. You sit right there and you make them demote you and make the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal run 5 pieces about it. And you talk to whoever wants, any reporter who wants to talk to you, tell them exactly what's going on and show everybody else in the Bureau, who's 3 GSs down on you on the pay scale, that you're not just going to go and tuck tail. And the reason this is important is because these are the people who can most afford to be fired, right? I mean, if you are a high-level guy at the FBI and you get fired, you will have a job in like 3 weeks. That is an unbelievably sought-after type of person because anybody who works in security of any sort in the corporate world, and I don't mean like bodyguarding, I mean like legitimate, like, hey, I am a healthcare company that needs to figure out how to safeguard data. Like you go to somebody like that to hire them. And those are the people who can afford to be on the line. And so they should be. And this is the last thing I'm going to do. So, I do struggle with the people complaining. You keep telling us what's wrong. Why don't you tell us how to fix it? My answer is always like, if I knew how to fix it, I would tell you. I'm not holding out on you. It's not like, oh, I'm just stringing you guys along. Keep subscribed for another month and then I'll tell you how to fix it. I would tell you. But one
there
thing
are people who do that as like a bit on social media where it's like, I know the answer and subscribe to my thing and I'll tell it to you. I'm like, shut up.
Believe me, if I had the answer, not only would I tell you, I'd tell everybody for free, and we would not put it behind a paywall. But here is a thing that I really do believe. So the question of what can you do? Well, if you work for the federal government, don't resign. Stay there, as uncomfortable and terrible as it is. And I understand that that's easy for me to say because it's very hard and everybody's circumstances are different. And there may be people who your obligations to your family really do preclude it. And I get that, right? But in the main, the default position for people should be no. And I understand this because I lost my job because of Donald Trump once. I mean, I do understand what I'm asking. But for everybody else, if you're not in the federal government, start putting away a little money every week. I don't know if it's $5 or $20 or $100, but just start putting it away somewhere so that you are in a position to help people who wind up losing their jobs, who need support, right? Because this is the reason, if you are a high-level executive in the government, you are able to find employment quickly is because of your network, right? You have big professional networks. If you're lower on the chain, you don't, except that we do have networks now. We have these big decentralized networks called the internet. It's called places like the Bulwark. It's called GoFundMe. It's like the Reddit community for federal government workers. And we are going to need to be able to help support people who do put themselves on the line if they do wind up fired. And so if you're not in the government, you can't put yourself on the line that way. What you can do is start saving a little bit of money so that you are in a position to, when somebody says, yep, okay, so I just got fired from the Postal Service. I was in the IG's office and I stuck around and made them fire me. I got to set up a GoFundMe because I got to be able to, make the mortgage payment this month while I look for a job. Save some money so you're in a position to when that GoFundMe hits, you can give some money there.
I'm glad you brought this up because I've always been a person who does not love the size of the federal government, nor do I like the efficient. Do you know that many of the agencies in the federal government are technologically stone aged? They're just still on paper. It's not even, and so there is a world in which modernizing the federal government is a great idea. Lots of things you could do. Lots of good ways to improve. It
costs a lot of money
government
to modernize the federal government. It's the problem.
Well, but probably money that saves lots of money in the long term and creates much more efficiency. And so it is a big, slow bureaucracy that won't do this. However, what Elon Musk and Donald Trump are doing with this is unlawful. And this is one of those, it's easy to say #resist. It's easy to put on the pussy hat. It's harder to be I'm going to make you fire me. But that is what real resistance looks like. It's when there are consequences.
That's what we did.
It is.
That's what we did back
I'll
to
just
Standard.
say, on the other side of that, I mean, you did it at the Standard. I wasn't there. I was just over here being it's going to be okay, buddy.
No, but here's what you did. You were over here helping support the people who lost their jobs before it. That's true. One of the things, that's how we met is me, it was Sunny. Sunny told me, call Sarah Longwell. She will help you find jobs for people. Because that's what I was doing. I was scrambling to find jobs for all the people on my team. You were trying to find jobs for
all your team.
Yeah. And so you were among the people that I called, and I had got people hired by the Post and by CNN, and I talked to you, and this is how it all started is you hired Hannah and I forget who else. And
it was
Jim
Egger.
And, Egger for the Bulwark, which is at that point was Ben doing the aggregator side.
Yeah.
So but this is the thing, you helped, you were the resistance by helping support the people who had put themselves on the line. And that's what the rest of us can do now.
When I think that's, and there are a lot of people being but what can I do? I just call my congressman. It's it's help people who are taking a stand.
Yeah.
Right? It's help people.
Don't send money to defeat Mitch McConnell in an election in Kentucky that he's never going to lose. Don't do that. Right?
Right.
Save that money so that you can help support people who are going to lose their jobs because of this stuff. I think. Well, now you don't have to read the the newsletter today.
Good news, because I've been reading it.
So, hey, Sarah, there's more show.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Are we still talking? We have more talking?
We're still talking. The talking goes on. But that's only for the people who are inside the Velvet Rope, the Bulwark Plus members.
Oh, they got to subscribe.
Yeah. Tell them to subscribe. Tell the people,
You should subscribe,
Sarah.
Guys. Why wouldn't you subscribe? You get all kinds of things. You get some extra me and JVL. You get some extra me and George Conway. You get JVL's Triad. It's one of the best things the Bulwark offers. I read it at least once or twice a week.
Yes. Go and subscribe. We'd love to have you.